Hey YouTube, it's Earl and it's time for another tobacco review. Tonight we're going to be looking at, let's see, Drucquer and Sons Levant mixture. Let's get to it. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about Drucquer and Sons Levant mixture. Drucquer and Sons, my understanding is that it used to be a pipe shop in San Francisco. It was well known. GLPs actually worked for them at one point, learned all of their mixtures and how to manufacture, maybe not manufacture, but mix their blends that they had in-house just as part of being an employee there. And so while Drucquer and Sons has gone out of business, Greg Pease has done us all a favor and has resurrected the blends. So Levant mixture. Now most of, I believe, if not all, of the Drucquer and Son mixtures are English blends. There may be a few Virginia Periques that are out there, but for the most part they're English blends. And Levant mixture, I believe, if I'm correct, is the strongest as far as full flavored, most Latakia in the line of tobacco. I'm going to read you the tin description. We'll get into the tin note. We'll talk about the way that it smokes here in just a second, but sorry, I got to put my glasses on. The font's a little bit smaller on this. Legends endure. My journey with Drucquer began in 1980 and my heart never left. Guided by surviving descriptions, conversations, and my own vivid memories of those legendary blends, I have worked to recreate my favorite for a new generation of pipe smokers to enjoy, bringing the old world Drucquer tradition of outstanding luxury pipe tobaccos to the 21st century. Fill your pipe and journey back in time with me to the smoke-filled saloon of Drucquer and Sons. The fullest of the range Levant mixture is a rich, luxurious blend of Balkan and New World tobaccos, comprising generous portions of small leaf Turkish and Cyprian Latakia, ripe red Virginia leaf, and a little bright for subtle sweetness, a blend of eminent distinction. So there you have it. It is an English mixture. It's got Oriental tobaccos, it's got Latakia, it's got Virginias, right? So that meets all the definitions for a wonderful English mixture. You might even, I guess, call it a Balkan. But you gotta love C&D and Greg Pease, and when they work on an item together, they really go to great lengths to make sure that everything about it is exquisite. So, but let's get into the tin note. Yeah, it's on the nose. It's full of Latakia, the sweet incensey aroma that is there. There's a little of what I believe are Orientals that are there. They provide kind of a depth, a little bit of a sour note. And then I can really get the sweetness of either the casing or the Virginias themselves, and maybe the Virginias mixed with the Latakia. To me, Latakia has a smoky / sweet incensey aroma. To me, just personally, I love C&D and what they do with their English mixtures, especially in conjunction with GLPs. So the cut itself, it is a very fine ribbon cut. Let's see if I can get this to focus on that. I don't know if it will or not, but it's a very fine ribbon cut. It's very easy to load and to stuff your pipe with. I mean, I have no problems at all. There is a good bit of black tobacco in here that I would put forward as Latakia. I'd say probably a quarter of the contents, maybe, are kind of very dark leafed. It could also be, you know, like stoved red Virginia. There could be something else that's not Latakia, but the good portion of it is dark tobacco. So with that, I'm loaded up and have already begun to smoke my lovely Savinelli here. All right, and the Oceano line, a little Canadian. It's a wonderful pipe. Let me get relit and going here. Where is my tamper? Maybe I left my tamper inside. So I'll use the tamper God gave me. One of the things I love about this blend, it is a powerhouse of smoke production. That's important to me, for a pipe tobacco to produce smoke. It's got a touch of sweetness, but it has a lot of depth to it too. A lot of depth. Normally, you know, while English blends don't bite too often, I find this is one that can, if you're not careful with it, or if you tend to be like me and you smoke it a little heavy. But this is a very full flavored blend. The Latakia really asserts itself along with the Orientals. There's not much sweetness or Virginia notes here. They're good, dark, richer flavors. Some on the savory side. I've had lots of just wonderful bowls of this. I've enjoyed it a lot, even though it's the summer months, and you would think that, you know, I'd be wanting to move on to maybe Virginias or maybe a dark fired blend or so, something a little bit lighter. I find this to be great. It's enjoyable in all shapes of bowls. Although if you smoke it in a Prince or a wide bowl, I said you may want to dry it out a touch, although I find that it comes moisture content wise just right. But your mileage may vary. Overall, very, very enjoyable blend. If you're into full flavored English blends that might have a little spice or pepperiness to it, I think this is wonderful. Really fits that bill. Retro Hell is lovely. It's just a great blend. Again, it's nothing fancy. It's not like there's nothing you haven't experienced with other English blends. It's just very much pushes you very hard to the Oriental and the Latakia side of things. And to me, I think the combo of the two, of the Latakia and those Turkish Orientals, and the way in which they play with each other, is one doesn't necessarily assert to the other. It reminds me, you know, honestly, you know, I just did a couple of videos back between a plum pudding special reserve flake, and a lot of the things that I'm using to describe this, I think I would describe for that as well. Although I think the Latakia played more of a second note there than it did in this one. It's definitely a primary player alongside the Balkans. It morphs, it changes in the bowl, with the bowl. And I find the flavors intensify and deepen as the bowl goes along. So I enjoy it. I really think if you enjoy a good English blend, Levant mixture, if I've got that up there, Levant mixture is great. So with that, guys, it's been another tobacco review. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon.